I never know how to start these streams. It's okay. Animation. God damn it. Oh, forgot my controller. Hold on. Actually. Oh, great. Testing real quick if it works correctly. Yeah, we good. I don't have much to say if I'm being honest. Actually, yes, I actually advanced a little. Did I do this on stream? I do have to fix this too, which is really annoying. Yeah, yeah, some... Wait, no, actually, no, I think I'm done with this. I can close this. Yeah, I advanced a little off stream. I'm not sure if I actually, yeah, I did. No, I'm not sure. Maybe I did work on it on my birthday on Tuesday, but don't remember. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. The Wednesday, I don't think I did. No, I don't think I did. No. Realistically speaking, let's say. Oh yeah. This is what I did on stream. The stupid math calculation. This is so stupid. Genuinely stupid. Did I do this? No. I think I did this off stream though, yeah. Yeah, from that point on, I think. Just showing everything that I've done yet. This is probably my favorite thing I've made. It's very intense. Tried to create some sort of dolly, do you call it? Dolly zoom? I'm not very technical with cinematic terminology, so yeah. It also essentially like starts like this and then it goes, it immediately eases into this secondary shot. Well, the second frame, keyframe. It's creates this intensiveness. I might have to fix the first one because it looks kind of flat in terms of perspective. This looks way more compelling, but it's also very exaggerated in terms of perspective. It seems like, might be wrong, but like I can feel the perspective much more, which is also the intention of a dolly zoom. But I feel like in this one, you should still feel that there's like a, you know, sense of perspective. Yeah, then I did this. There might be some cuts that I'll have to omit at the end, kind of scrap. Yeah, these are just keyframes. Might have to make this a bit smaller, but I'm not sure though. Hold on, let me watch it again. Yeah, I have to make it smaller. So if you don't notice, while he's getting choked and he's kind of losing grip, it's as if it's pretty much the other guy, the orange guy, like pushing his neck all the way back, and it's losing, like, just he's taking dominance over the situation, essentially. Then other stuff, the text or whatever. I might do this on After Effects, or I might just hop on Photoshop and add some random stuff. I don't know. And then do everything on Premiere Pro. Unfortunately, I don't like that program. Very annoying to use, but it's okay. I didn't want to do that. Oh yeah, I showed that already. So, yeah, I mean, hold on, sorry. Just need to take my sketchbook, which I left on my bed. Speaking of sketchbook, I actually made I could have streamed the other days actually, but the reason I did not was because I made a notebook, and it's not like a notebook where I bound my page together with like with like, what do you call this, clippers? I don't know what you call them, but those metal things that you like, I forgot what they're called, but what I did was I had some I had a lot of sheets of paper left, A3 sheets of paper. If you're American, you're hearing this, get educated, because I don't want to deal with your weird American measurements. Fucking annoying. But yeah, I had a lot of sheets of paper, and the thing is they're also very thick, so they're really good for drawing or I guess other stuff. Initially I tried, I stapled them together, except that it didn't work because they were just so thick that they couldn't even go through them. Like, you couldn't even actually not navigate, but just use them all together. It was very inconvenient, essentially. And I remember I had some classmates, I actually saw them stitching their pages together. And I thought, man, this is the most try-hard shit ever. Why would I do that? Well, they at least did that for, no, I don't know. I can't talk today, but, I can't talk today at all. Okay. I'll get to it. It's okay. But yeah, they did it for a project. I guess I wanted to do it in a fancy way, I suppose. Not judging them, of course, but I was surprised as to how much effort they did for a class that nobody really cares about. But I suppose they like their project, so I can't say anything about it. But just the idea of stitching your pages together just sounded so crazy to me, because it's like, when I think about stuff like stitching, just couture, I forgot what you call that in English, but just thinking about that makes me like this whole practice. I used to do that actually when I was in middle school, but I just thought it seemed so complex. I can't really I can't really do that, especially nowadays. Like, sewing and stuff. Is it sewing, whatever. But I also had to sew something for another project, and like for two projects actually, and it was so tricky to me. It was like just getting back to something I hadn't done in so long. And now I don't have a sewing machine, but it is pretty fun to do it again. it was fun to do it again. It was pretty, like, it felt satisfying to create something, even if it was like a project that I just did just to make it, just to have something, you know. But the practice of sewing something was pretty fun. But it still felt something that I wouldn't do on a daily basis. And in the notebook's case, I had the same feeling, especially because I didn't actually have the proper material to do it. I put a lot of emphasis on the proper material, because ultimately, you don't actually need that crazy much of material to do anything. You can really just find some stuff that you probably find at home and compromise with it. Even if it's not optimal, it's still possible, you know. So it works, essentially. It actually works. So you shouldn't really worry about that kind of stuff. Now, I get so easily distracted. Whoops. But yeah, I got to make my notebook and it was pretty satisfying. Obviously, I watched some tutorials. I was pretty determined to make this, because I thought, yo, this could actually be really cool. No, I actually didn't think that. I just wanted to make something out of my pages and make it more convenient, efficient, and feel not official, but actually presentable and useful, you know. And yeah, when I got to that, I don't know, I just got to a certain point where I felt very determined, and I ended up working on it for days, because I started on Wednesday. Yeah, was it on Wednesday? No, it was on Thursday, actually. Yeah, it was on Thursday, and the thing is, I woke up and stuff, and I thought, damn, like the other day I was visiting a friend's place, or rather a classmate's place, because its parents were gone and stuff, and I and yeah, I actually spent a pretty nice time, and maybe I wasn't in the best mood or something, but getting like getting home and stuff and waking up in the morning, I thought, damn, so we have nothing. There isn't really anything that we organized for the next few days or something, and we're essentially like in our own corners again. And some people probably went home, like 'cause they live in different, what Americans would call states, so they would have to go back. They have to travel like for hours and shit. Uh, so it's not the best. It's not the most convenient way to meet up people, which sucks because then you'd be just at home doing nothing, and you're like, damn. So what do I do now? And so I was like, damn, like it's probably not the best. Like you're not in the best mood, I'd say. Not like depressed or anything, but it's like you have nothing much to do and you're bored and you think, damn, so are we actually gonna do something, or am I just gonna rot in this room for the rest of these holidays unless somebody actually offers something or I have to organize something even though I'm broke. So I was thinking, yeah, okay, fuck it. And I'm not sure when I had the motivation, when the idea came for me to make this notebook, but it just came at some point, and I thought, yeah, let me do it. Let me actually do it, which is something I don't do very often. I just Damn, how do I draw this? His legs are so skinny. Thing is, he's taking up a lot of space on the storyboard, and I'm not sure how to measure it in terms of. Yeah, he's like way bigger. I don't know what I'm doing. Actually, yeah, let me actually make a background. I don't know why I'm complicating myself like this. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Now let me actually just take this. I'll erase this. No. But yeah, I just started working on my notebook, and I had to do some tests. So I had to run some tests if it actually works, and thank God I did that, because otherwise I would have completely ruined this project and I would have been salty and never touched it again. This is so loud. And obviously I made some errors, or there were things I didn't plan ahead or I didn't think of ahead, which probably happens to anyone who creates something for the first time, and which is fine. And it's pretty fine because ultimately I was pretty satisfied with the project. Now there's some things that are still bothering me when I look at it. Well, not really actually, but there's just one thing, which is like I put a I made a design for the cover. Actually, didn't make it. I essentially took a, what was it again? Can't stop yapping and work it. I can't work and yap at the same time, I'm realizing. Essentially, I had a shirt that I got in Congo when I was 14, which was in 2018, and it was like the least comfortable shirt I've ever worn in my life. So I couldn't really do anything with it. I couldn't really wear it. Just that my mother really wanted us to get that, which is not an issue, of course. Just that it was like the least convenient shirt I could ever wear. Like the fabric really was not very comfortable, and every time I tried wearing it, it felt so hard to get into it. It actually still fits me because I don't really grow, and every time I tried wearing it, I always struggled getting into it. Always, since I was 14. It's not because I don't know, like I gained like an exponential amount of weight or something, or I just grew older. It's just because of the stitching that makes it harder to get into it. Now, since I haven't used it, since I haven't worn it, yet I still think it's a really pretty piece of cloth. I never wore it, and I just kept it in my drawer. I didn't do anything with it, and it's crazy because it wasn't the first time I actually used it. It actually took me 8 years to genuinely use it for something. And when I did use it, it was for an art project that I kind of half-assed, but which I still got a good grade for, so we take those. And when I legitimately used it for something useful was for this notebook, which this background's awful. Not sure how to draw this. Should have done a warm up, to be honest. Like I need to make him feel as if, like, genuinely he's like about to fucking die, you know? Like he's laying down in some, I don't know, like biblical shit, you know? But maybe the framing isn't the best. You know what? I don't give a fuck. Or maybe I do to an extent. No, what I don't really give a fuck about is how well I draw it. And I tried kind of kind of tried to make it seem as good looking as possible, although I don't have to. Forgot what I was talking about prior, but yeah, let me remember actually. Today is not a good day to stream, I feel like. But I kind of felt like sparking up a stream because I wanted to work on this. Speaking of, there's still nothing that actually motivates me to work on this. And let's actually speak about this, because fuck the notebook. Yeah, we get it. I used it for something good. It's really pretty, and I fuck with it, and the pages roll really well. The stitching was nice. Probably needs some criticism. Probably needs some betterment, some gaps here and there, but it's satisfying for what it is. Voila. One thing that makes me upset, that makes me kind of sad, is that I won't be able, since I'm not really drawing anymore, and I'm not even sketching, or I'm not even animating, I losing contact with the community I used to have, that I used to have. Well, I still have it, but I'm just not active, and it's pretty sad because I love the animation community. Actually, it's really one of the few communities where I genuinely love everybody there. Now, you still have these people who have some egos because they worked on an episode of like Boruto or some shit, and these people are kind of annoying. You have those fucking tryhard guys who always need to pressure others to study and all that shit. Understandably so, but gets very toxic and unregulated, and you're just motivating people to burn themselves out. Something I talked about the other animation stream. Yeah, you have all these issues, but overall, this is like one of the best communities I've ever been on the internet. Like, full stop. This is like one of the genuinely. I feel like niche communities are really the move in on social media. When I say niche, I don't mean like I mean actual niche. Think like interests that really some people kind of mess with. And I'm saying this with this much emphasis because if you tell me that you would put the underground community or whatever, rap underground rap community in there, I'd sock your shit. Like they are the worst. Plus, it's not really niche anymore. It's like everybody knows about the underground at this point. Just some kind of refuse to listen to them. But losing this community is really upsetting. But what it takes for me to go back to this community would be to post something. No, to just animate again, full stop, like full time, like for real. Which I don't really have the motivation for, and it's pretty sad. I will say. And if I think about it, I don't know what other community I could join related to an interest or something, because I'm very interested in underground music and stuff right now, independent artists and all that stuff. Really nice. Like this. Conceptually speaking, like from the idea, it's really great to listen and support underground artists and stuff, like independent young artists who are trying to push the needle and stuff. It's just that it's brimmed with the absolute worst people that you could probably think of. It's awful. The community is ass, the people, like the artists, even though I just said that it's great to support some artists, like it's great to support independent artists, some people are ass, some people are straight up pedophiles, some people just don't give a fuck and make bullshit, and they can make bullshit, they allow themselves to make bullshit because people will fuck with it, because the standards are so low sometimes that it's genuinely baffling. And it sounds elitist on my end, but I can't help but think that this is fucking crazy. Like, what the fuck are you? What are some of y'all listening to? Give off the full conviction that yeah, this is the new shit. Like, this is what we all are going to listen to, in the future. Get with the times, nigga. Fuck you. But yeah, yeah, this is not a community I want to be in. Although as for a lot of things, there are aspects that I love about. But yeah, yeah. Otherwise, shit. Other communities I could join, no clue. Not like initially, I'm not actually that much of a community guy, you know. I don't. When I started posting my drawings on the internet, I've always wanted to join a community, to be part of like something bigger and having like mutuals and all that stuff. Really, like, it felt like a dream to have some stuff like this, especially because my stuff always went very unnoticed, and it was usually like people I knew in real life, or I don't know, people that I randomly found that followed me back. And it's like we kind of do this half-baked artist support shit just to seem nice, only to not do anything. Like, there are no conversations. The people are kind of boring. Maybe on my end I'm also boring. It's just like a weird dynamic, and it made me upset because I always wanted to have like a community that could be there for me. Or okay, no, not like that actually, but just a community that I could probably fuck with to an extent, that fucks with me, and that is passionate about a certain thing that I would really want to talk about and all that stuff. I just didn't have that when I was younger. And it's crazy because now I have that, and I'm not doing anything with it now. And that's because it's like I got it at the wrong time. Because it really came at a fairly pivotal point of my life. I won't say why, but maybe it has to do with school. But yeah, I won't talk about that. But yeah, it just like life happens, That just the course of things. Life, it's just life, and you can't do much about it. That's just how things were bound to be, I suppose. And you gotta deal with it in your own unique way. Um, do I actually have a C layer? No, I don't. Okay. I'm very slow, by the way. I don't know why it takes me this much time to essentially just copy the storyboard. Maybe on a different format it gets kind of hard, or I'm setting expectations on myself, but should like kind of blitz through it. Technically, it's been 30 minutes. Shit, feels like I haven't done shit. Yeah. But But yeah, there are some great people in the animation community. I had a mutual, won't say her. Oh, damn it. But I won't say their name, fuck it. I won't say their name, but they told, we had like multiple conversations, also outside of animation, And I remember there was like one time I was like chilling and stuff, and I went on Twitter. Worst mistake. I went on Twitter. Well, in this case, it wasn't really a mistake, but I went on Twitter. I was chilling and stuff. I saw a message from her, and there she goes, "Yo, this is for you." Damn it, I messed up the pronouns again. I feel like the day I meet, like, I don't know, people that wants to go by they them, I will just mess up full time and just yeah, I should watch out. Okay. Um but yeah, she went like I would just stick with this she, but she went like, yo, look at this, look what I made for you, and then she sent me like a picture, and it was a keychain of what's it called again? Of Mudkip, the Pokemon. And I thought it was crazy because I was like, wow, like you really did that for me. And it was essentially a drawing that she made, and she wrapped it. I think was like I think she like she put like plastic around it with like those machines or whatever. And yeah, she wanted that to gift like she wanted to gift me that, and it was crazy. And I told her like, yeah, this is cool. Like like genuinely, I really appreciate it. But um, considering some real life dynamics and shenanigans, would be hard to get it shipped to my place. Uh, and I initially told her that I was probably gonna ask a friend if they could take that package or whatever, so that they can give it to me. But even that would have been very complicated. So just eventually, since I stopped posting on Twitter and all that stuff, just on my socials in general, yeah, it just kind of faded away, that idea. And I wonder what she actually did with it. Probably like stored it somewhere. I mean, after all, I don't think she was gonna throw it away. But um, kind of unfortunate when I really think about it. It's kind of awful. Not that I feel necessarily bad. Maybe I should. I don't know. But I don't feel bad. It's just very unfortunate, I'd say. I feel like there's something kind of crooked. I'm not tripping. No, it's okay. Um, yeah. Oh, actually, I was supposed to do something. Um, tell me you want it. Tell me you want it. Do 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 do. Am I tripping? Oh, yeah. Um, unfortunate, very unfortunate. And this is what I mean by that community. It's like they, it's obviously depends on the person, but they can also be so nice, genuinely nice. Well, you ask them for advice, and they'll actually give you like genuine advice, and it doesn't come out of, oh, it's because it's like my duty to do it. But these are all nerds. They love talking about their shit. They love that stuff. They are all animation nerds. Of course, they want to talk about it. You ask the question, and it's a very pertinent question too. Is that a word in French? In English? I was thinking of pertinent, but I don't know. But it's okay. Um, it's a cool community to be in, genuinely. Just a bunch of nerds who come together, animate the sickest stuff ever. Uh, Go all of their way to help people, industry people who will just straight up talk to you like it's nothing. Like I feel like in other sectors, sections, whatever, it would be kind of crazy, to just talk to like industry people like this, like it's absolutely nothing. But in that case, like I'm just like I'm actually mutuals with a certain animator who is pretty renowned, and uh like people really mess with, like, people. Not only do people mess with him in the community, and he's like pretty well known, but it's actually wild how much work he has done in One Piece, for example, or other anime. But it's like, damn, Like he went crazy, and I'm neutrals with this guy. Why did he follow me? But well, it doesn't matter all that much. But great, or whatever. It's like, well, essentially you're supposed to notice, have a reaction. Hell of an angle. I think the idea is he's kind of turning his head slightly. He's not even jumping up or anything. But it's okay. Yeah. I'm honestly very uncertain on the future of this whole animation stuff. Because every time, just for this project alone, every time I'm working on this, I'm really thinking, yo, I'm dead ass doing this against my own free will, technically. But at the same time, not. I could just, genuinely, I could probably just pop out of nowhere and show people that, yo, I'm not really into this animation shit anymore, and that's that, bro. I mean, shit. Oh, yeah, right. Wait, how am I gonna do this? Fuck. So there's something I have to do now. I have to change the canvas thingy thing. Like, I actually, like, okay, we're good. No, actually, we're not good. There's a template I made, and it won't fit in the initial format that I've made here. Because, okay, no, it's my favorites. Because essentially, there's this vertical template that I made. Okay, if I delete all this right here, I throw in the vertical template. Yeah, no. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think, okay. Yeah, maybe I should double the... Yeah, just like I did for the other one, I should double the page. Change canvas height. Extend crop. Extend? What the fuck? What is that? Okay. No, maybe it's not that. Okay. Canvas size? It's nonsense. Width, height. Oh, I should double this. Okay. Was that how I did that? New messages from friends, probably. Oh shit, hold on. Oh, just some more important stuff. Hold on. Ooh, 17. Campaign. Yeah. Okay, cool. Seems like somebody proposed to go out and do some stuff in like, what, 2 weeks? And the thing is, I wanna go, but I have no money. I tried applying for a job today again. McDonald's, by the way, or Burger King. I don't even want to work at these places due to ethical reasons, but I feel like we're all part of this cog wheel. Like, we're all part of this machine, and we're all like those cog wheels in order to make things work, you know? So we kind of have to play our parts, even if it's against our volition, because otherwise we will fucking die. And actually, we're gonna die regardless because we're really getting fucked up. Anyway, I have no money. I want to get a job, and either these companies will ghost me, or uh yeah, or just they will say, yeah, I either get ghosted or they go, I'm sorry, but due to your I don't think you have the skills to do this job or some shit. And it's like being a fucking fry cook. Like, are you kidding me? Or being at a cafe and serving people food. What kind of experience do I need to do that? As if I can do that myself at home. Take up the order of somebody. I'll tell to the cook, yeah, and then he makes the food, and I just give the person their food. What's so hard about that? The fuck? And now I just live a broke chud life in my own crib. Parents' home, by the way. Well, at the same time, we live at the worst fucking times. Obviously, it's at my parents' house, but it feels. I did spent nearly 3 days working on a notebook because I was bored. And you know what's crazy? It actually gave me a sort of sense of serenity. I felt really like at some point I kind of felt like, I don't know. Oops. No, actually we could. I felt kind of, can I say depressed? I don't know. But I wasn't in the best of moods, you know? I wasn't really in the best mood. And doing this activity, being really focused into stitching this damn notebook, I kind of forgot about these thoughts. And even when I thought about them back, I didn't. There wasn't much that necessarily, I guess, bothered me. I don't know, but which is a great thing. But imagine if that made me money. That sounds superficial, but in this lifetime, in this timeline where we're all getting fucked over, I don't think that's very superficial anymore. You know. So shit. Oh, this is where it's written. But yeah. So being offered to go to somebody's place, them telling, like, they telling you, yeah, let's go camping and shit. Well, more or less, but they wait. Hold on, I think I wrote something wrong. I read something wrong. Camping at their garden. Yeah, now I feel conflicted, but no, it actually sounds like a great time, but just getting there is fucking expensive. I'm a grown man. Nobody will pay me to get somewhere, and then they'll tell me, yeah, we'll find a way. No, you will not. And if you find a way, it will come with. Oh, fucking hell, bro. Like, so this life is not easy, bro. I'm not making it easier, to be honest, because I don't manage my money very well. This is a troll, okay. Do I have to, what did I do again? 'Cause the idea is this is not even the right format. Hold on. So why do I have to have it twice? Oh, yeah, makes sense. Okay. Just select these three. And just, oh no, right. God, I hate being unemployed sometimes. Wonder what it feels like to be employed and then being there and telling yourself, man, I hate being employed. Can't wait to have that experience. Oh, now I have to perfectly align it, and if it's off by a pixel, I'm cooked. By the way, no, wait. It's already fairly misaligned because I have to raise it up. and pray to God that it's gonna get well aligned. By the way, it's way too big down there. Pause. Big pause, actually. Holy shit. You know, we live in a world where we're trying to get more progressive and stuff, and obviously I respect that, and it's like for the betterment of everyone. So you also have to watch your language and all that stuff to put into consideration, to have enough empathy for others that might feel uncomfortable hearing certain words, which I fully respect, of course. I don't think there will ever be a single bone in my body that will ever refuse, that will ever listen to anybody, no, that will ever be convinced of somebody telling me that it's bad to say pause. It's the most funniest shit ever. I'm sorry. It's so funny. Sometimes it's so far fetched and so stupid, but you have to say it. It's that funny. And I guess for some it's not, but at this point I don't give a fuck, bro. It's the funniest shit ever. I can't let it go. There are some words, obviously, that I don't really say anymore, like the R word and stuff. That kind of said, kind of used to say when I was like, I don't know, like 14 or something, but like full stop, it just don't say that shit, you know. That is an issue, I feel like. And hold on. Oh, guess we're good. Weirdly enough. No, I'm not sure how big I should make this canvas, actually. Well, I can actually control it, right? Because I don't want to be the... I don't want to take up this much space, you know? It's very useless, actually. Damn it. Oh, should have reset it. Oh, great, okay. Yep. Yep. That shit, yep. God damn it. The program is weird. I'm so slow. I'm actually so slow. No wonder I don't want to work on this. Look at my speed. No wonder I complain too much. What the hell is happening? Hello? Okay. All I do is complain too, so I feel like it's kind of part of my personality. I love to complain. Gotta be from my mother, I don't know. Still haven't eaten anything. I ate a banana, actually. I guess that could work. Wait. So I'm gonna compare it to other pages. I mean, cuts. I don't know why they... Even for animation, they call it pages. Because this is, like, actually supposed to be for, like, I don't know, like, comic or manga work. So these are called, like, just pages. So for animation, it seems like they just didn't change that, which is kind of funny. And annoying at the same time. Can you make it a bit bigger, actually? Yeah, that should be good. Fast. Yeah, fair enough. Now, this is a shot where I don't know what this line is. Also, there's gonna be some camera work, like a panning, because basically you have like a shot of first person view of the guy who's getting choked looking at the guy who's choking him. So you kind of follow the arm up until you see his face, and then the next cut is gonna be his close up of him looking at him and his face getting revealed. Since they're like in a cloud dust because they fell off the that long ass building. But yeah, okay. Also, more and more, even just thinking about this project or the anime that dropped, I just think, man, I fucking well no, I can't I just can't watch shonen stuff anymore. Genuinely, that's not for me anymore. I'm sorry. Because it might sound pretentious, because it's like these guys who be like, yeah, I can't read this shonen crap anymore. Like, I'm reading real shit like seinen manga. And the thing is, I'm sorry, but I kind of have to I kind of have to say that they are kind of right, from my perspective, of course, because there's things in shonen that are also almost no always so cliche and exaggerated in a way where you it's not really fun anymore to read. Certain tropes where you just kind of roll your eyes and it just gets repetitive and tiring. It's kind of annoying to watch, and you don't it you don't want to watch it anymore. Just essentially, it's not fun. And which is fine, of course. Like it's also fine if people like it. You know, just because I don't like it doesn't mean you can't like it. And just in my case, I just think that even since I'm making this animation, and this whole animation is based on a lot of shonen tropes, like it's based a lot around a lot of shonen tropes and like in their fights and stuff. So you will probably see a lot of resemblance, like a lot of resemblance in certain shows or whatever, because most of my references are from shonen. But the thing is, this is the stuff that I was interested in when I was like 16 or 17, when I was like part of the demographic of shonen. Like, yeah, I would mess with like a crazy animated sequence. Of course, I would rock with that. Like, I would have if Jujutsu Kaisen, if the third season or no, the second season, let's say, of Jujutsu Kaisen had dropped, this year. If Jujutsu Kaisen, the third season as we know it, had dropped like when I was 17, so in like, I don't know, like 2022, yeah, 2021, 2022, 2023, no, 2021, 2022. Yeah, I wouldn't have shut up about it. Even nowadays, I go crazy when I look at scenes. I'm thinking, yo, these animators, they went fucking nuts. Like the whole team, the whole just Waylon Jung's storyboard alone, like this was fucking elite. You can't top this, you know. Still to this day, I think that's fucking what he has done was insane. And I would have glazed the fuck out of that too, even harder. Nowadays, sometimes even I just look at scenes. Like I remember I saw like on my reels, I saw a scene, like I saw a speed battle or something with like 3 animes. They went crazy. Like it looked incredible, but it was just at some point where I thought like it was great, of course, really well animated, but it was like, man, this just doesn't move me anymore. Because maybe it's from the lens of being a Jujutsu Kaisen collector that I liked what happened in Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 and 3 more than, I don't know, some random animator. But I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't touch me. it doesn't move me. I'm never like, yo, this is hard, and bro, I want to do some stuff like this. How did they get so good? And you know, it's just like, yo, y'all went crazy, and that's all I can say. You guys know how to animate. That's it. I feel like maybe it comes from a place of, I don't know, uh, having elevated standards to an extent. And I say this in a way where I'll probably want to see more from the medium instead of flashing lights. Wait, what were the lyrics again? I wanted to make a reference, but no, shooting stars, no, shooting shoes and cars. What floors? No, apartment. Why did I forget the lyrics? That's crazy. I've got the lyrics of flashing lights. That's crazy. As I recall. Okay, I'll stop singing. But yeah, it could come from a place of, this is cool and shit, but I need to see more from this medium instead of constant flashing lights. And it's more than flashing lights, obviously. Like, this is very well curated animation. Like they like, every frame counts when you animate. Every frame counts. They know what intentions they wanted to add in it, and it's cool. It's really cool. Like, I genuinely sound like a hater right now. It's not my intention whatsoever. But it's hard to explain. Yeah, it just doesn't move me. It's probably just subjectivity. I feel like some people should really, like, some people need to acknowledge sometimes that when there's something that they don't mess with, that they're just not the target audience, which is okay. Like, not everything needs to please you. That's fully fine. And in my case, yeah, I'm probably just aiming to look for something that is not that. Meaning that I just lost interest. This is so tricky. Like, I really I really give myself the craziest challenges. This is like as for example, there's gonna be a scene. There's gonna be a whole scene where it's in a. No, actually, there are gonna be multiple scenes where. Hold on, this is really quiet. For some reason. There's gonna be multiple scenes. There's gonna be a lot of fighting, like hand-to-hand stuff, very well coordinated as I've wanted it to be. And frankly, while I was storyboarding it, I was like, how the hell am I gonna do this? I'm not even doing it on the storyboard itself, because it's gonna be so fast-paced and stuff. So what the hell am I doing right now? Giving myself this much work to do. Maybe this has to be a bit smaller. I don't know. To be fair though, the guy is really jacked, so it's kind of the point of all this. Yeah, what was the thing? Okay, yeah, the question now is, what do I want to see in animation? That's a good question. It's like one thing that is kind of hard to get out of in this current day and age in animation is a certain look, fairly conservative look that there is in animation that will get you a job the quickest. And I'm talking about this kind of indie animation kind of art style, 2D animate in the animation art style. Whether it's like from narratives, like there are multiple styles of this, but I'm thinking more of the, I don't know, like you want to do some storytelling, and there's like a heavy focus on storytelling, so the art's like it's like those French productions or something that are not necessarily immediately inspired by anime, so they have a certain style to them where it's like it's doable and it can look good, but I don't really like it. I don't know, I'm kind of nitpicky. I'm very nitpicky, actually. Holy shit. So it's hard to imagine a real breakthrough of things in animation as we know it now. Because, like, to what extent could we bend this, not only this medium, but even the industry, in order to change things, like, pretty much forever? Because I feel like it is possible. Maybe it is possible to just switch up so many things in the codes of animation as we know them now, to the point where it's completely different from what we see, from what we know, and still be compelling and nice and stuff. Because I'm trying to make this comparison with modern art. I'm not talking contemporary. I'm talking about modern art that existed between, what was it, like the beginning of the 20th century until the 60s, 70s? I don't know. I forgot. Not postmodernism, but like genuine like modernism. There was a shift because we had this huge focus on. Oh my God, hold on. Like there was this huge focus being put on how pretty a piece can be, so it can have quote unquote value, but there was a lack of narration. Like I'm thinking about my study notes from art school, but I'm kind of shooting. I was about to say some crazy shit, but I'm kind of just having blanks right now. Like my mind's kind of blank. Today is not a good day to stream. Let me think. Perspective is actually not that bad. Very exaggerated, but I'm genuinely surprised at how well I kind of pulled this off. This is coming from somebody who hasn't done any anatomy shit in so long, actually. Like it's been a good while since I've done like anatomy studies. This is like really on top of it, this is like all off the dome, kind of cracked actually. So it makes it even more unfortunate that I don't want to really draw anymore. I guess that's that, man. Shit. Gotta find a new doshi now. Shit. Really thinking about it, it is kind of funny that I really have a burner to make these animations. Also, one thing I will admit, and some people might find this, well, not find this, but watch it when I will publicly like announce it or whatever, it's that sometimes I really think about I think a lot about the end result of this animation, not even the production itself, how it's gonna end up being and stuff, and how it looks in consecution, blah blah blah. I think more about the perception. I think a lot about the perception, because I wanna come in with the most amount of I guess unexpectedness and some surprise drop shit, because that's what goats do. And be like, oh hey, by the way, I worked in this animation, it took me like a month to make, and then yeah, I just pull up with the crazy shit you've seen in your life and whatever. And I don't know, to like interviews and shit, or I don't know, like I'm just thinking some bullshit every time I just think about the outcome of this animation, because admittedly I love attention. I love attention. I want attention. I'm an idiot. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but also goes to show how much I actually care about this animation in the first place. Because if I think more about the perception of others than the actual production of the animation, it's like, why even do this in the first place? And that's the question. Why even do this in the first place? Why am I doing this right now? I feel like some things don't even need to be reasoned with, but yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm in this position. I've been stalling on this animation for like a good while now, so might as well just deal with it. Plus, people constantly pressuring me to drop something. But the most comfortable place to be at, shit. You know what? Fuck it. It be like that. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, for being honest. Yeah, probably not the best move on my end. Maybe it needs to be a bit higher, I don't know. Okay. Thank God this is not a real production, because otherwise I would have to draw these things, draw the Gengar and shit, and then have a guy correcting my stuff, and then do everything all over again. Like, what is this? Because it wasn't enough. I don't know what to do with the feet. Something is very bothersome with it. Like, the legs are long enough. I'm just having a hard time positioning the feet. Maybe they're like behind. Like, let me draw the sole first, actually. Something I do sometimes, just that I'm very bad at perspective, so I tend to kind of I don't know how to explain this, but yeah. And now that it looks too small, actually. I've listened to this theme multiple times now, and I'm wondering, isn't this just the save theme from gimmicks, like the original? Pretty sure that's that. Oh, the thing is, I also have to take into account the perspective, actually. Because the legs are also pretty far away to an extent. Having a hard time with this leg right now. But as I said, actually, who gives a fuck if it's well drawn? So I'm just gonna base it off the storyboard. It is unfortunate that I can't show the storyboard because I kind of really like it to some extent, because some drawings, like, you realize, like, it's like there's some drawings where you can see, like, yeah, this nigga, he couldn't work on this shit anymore. Like, nah, like, I get it. Because frankly, like, there's some sketches where it's like, bro, did I have a deadline on Shonen Jump or something? Why is this drawn like this? Shonen Jump Stray. Just fair. The thing is, I just want it to be, I want it to be a bit more expressive, but it's very hard to do so. One thing I will admit to as well is that seeing mutuals evolving in their craft also makes me, I guess, envious. envious of them, not sure, but it just gives off this feeling of, damn, this could have been me. Like, obviously nothing against them directly, but it's like, shit, this guy is working on Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, he worked on the scene at Jujutsu Kaisen, and seriously, this could have actually been me if I had just continued. But it's more can I say, it's more complicated than just continue. Because technically you could just end there and say, yeah, this is like, I can't talk. Technically I could just say, yeah, I could have just continued. For real. Which I could have just done something, half-assed or not. But I feel like in my case, at least, it feels more complicated than just keep going. I can't talk whatsoever, and that's okay. But yeah, no, I'm actually genuinely proud of those who made it like this. Like genuinely, it's like incredible. Oh my god. I'm genuinely happy for these people. It's actually crazy to even get to a point where like, yeah, I fucking worked for Jujutsu Kaisen. What the fuck do you mean you worked for Jujutsu Kaisen? Have you seen the production? This shit looks like military. Like, I've seen the like the way, for example, how consistent the character models are in this season. This shit is how is this production even legal? How was this even released this soon? To me, this was soon. I get it. The second season aired in 2023 and like 2024, I think. And obviously, yeah, in between, like 2 years passed. Yeah, this was at the beginning of the, wow, damn. And yeah, it was also 12 episodes, but they elevated that shit. Like, it was even crazier. Like, this should have taken like 4. This is, no, actually, I was about to say, like, some shows, like American shows or something, can make zero excuses, but they actually can, because this shit is unironically like military. Like, they're being worked like fucking animals, worked like slaves. But yeah, I don't. It's actually wild to be like, yeah, I worked for that shit. I worked on Jujutsu Kaisen. See, yeah, one thing I would have preferred is if it gave off, like, since I'm doing a panning, it should make like some kind of panorama like effect where you can actually feel the perspective changing as he's looking up to the person, you know. Because now it's like, like, okay, like, to demonstrate, since I have this perspective right here, you have like the ground going, like, I should have done like one perspective like this. Actually, okay, let's say this is the point of view, and I don't know, like, you have this perspective, it's like yada yada yada, blah blah blah, nah, nah. You have the ground here, which is cool, right? But we're still using the same point of view. And what would have been useful is if I continued with that and I just did this upwards. And frankly, maybe at some point I will change it since it's not animated yet. So I always can go back and restart a drawing. But frankly speaking, I low-key don't want to do that. You know what? that's fully okay, because it's my animation. I can do whatever I want with it. But yeah, so since it's like this, on some real shit, yo, I watched the Summer Fest whatever thing yesterday. What in the absolute hell happened? Oh, this is like the gap. Like this is supposed to be like the sky or something, and then I could have like followed with the perspective or something. I'm not sure how that necessarily works, but could have been useful. Anyway, I watched the Summer Smash Fest, whatever the fuck that's called. Summer Game Fest, yeah. Hosted by Jeff Keighley, the Game Awards guy. And wow. Genuinely, I went into this. I watched it through Maximilian Dude's stream, and I was shocked at the at the things that I saw. Not only like there was really good things. Like I was shocked. This was genuinely like I feel maybe like in the last maybe 2-3 years, even more. I'm not sure. This was probably the best presentation I've ever seen. Deadass, like the games they announced. I remember like the Max yelling like 4 for 4, because it was true. The thing is, there were games that didn't necessarily interest me. Like these are games that looked that I wouldn't necessarily play, but they looked incredible, like genuinely compelling. Again, I wouldn't play them, but it was like, wow, like I can tell like this is like that good shit. This is not one of those annoying filler parts of the presentation where they just keep spamming farming simulator things that nobody really cares about. So I feel like hopefully at this point they kind of understood that the meta is finally dead and they can finally move on to other stuff than the stupid farming shit. Anyway, yeah, that show was crazy. And yo, this, what was it called? Stranger to Heaven or whatever the fuck. Like it was some Yakuza game. I remember when I saw the announcement, like the trailer. I thought it was like I thought like, is this Yakuza? But it didn't feel like Yakuza. It felt even more realistic and not as stupid as Yakuza, you know. Hold on. Actually, it's like this. And yeah, I was watching it, and the thing is, there was like a part where they put like a lot of like the starring characters on the screen, and you had like these names that I obviously didn't know, like all these Japanese names, and I'm reading Snoop Dogg. The things I read that, and I was thinking, oh, he's doing like the soundtrack for it. Like I thought he was like about to drop some bars or some shit. And then there's a scene in the trailer where we can just see him in front of like a riverbank or like a, I don't know, like a bridge or some shit. I don't know, just talking to some guy. I'm like, Snoop Dogg, what the fuck? And I thought that, and they were saying that there was gonna be a guest character, and it was like, yeah, you had no. I saw him. The thing is, they casually showed him in the trailer, okay, and without any like special character stuff mentioned yet. So I wasn't right on the first part of my story, but they showed him off. I was already like appalled. I was like, okay, what the fuck, okay. So I'm like watching this shit. I'm like, I'm low-key confused. What is happening? And then the guy actually pulls up. Like you have Snoop Dogg on the stage. He pulls up. He's like, "Yeah, what's up? I've been working on this game with this team and shit. Blah blah. I don't know what the fuck he says." And then they keep rolling the trailer. I think they showed another part of the trailer. And they show some shit. And then they talk about the guest character, like the special like surprise or whatever. I'm like, Snoop Dogg was not a surprise? And then they show the trailer, And who do we see? Fucking Tupac. I swear to God. The thing is, I was watching it yesterday, right? And I was watching it while making my notebook, so I wasn't looking at it every single time. I had my laptop in front of me, but I was also looking at at my notebook while I was working on some part of it. And I swear to God, I think it was a second. I'm not sure. I can't fully describe the exact experience, but there was just a point where I just glimpsed. Oh, like I was looking away while working on my notebook, and I look back. I just lift my eyes up, and I just see out of the shadows walking into the light from a frontal 1 point perspective. I see who? Fucking Tupac. I swear I was like, ooh, what the fuck? And I couldn't believe it. And I think nobody believed it. Not even Jeff Keighley believed it. Max couldn't believe it. Like, cause afterwards he was like, every announcement that came afterwards, he was like, oh my gosh, Shadow of the Colossus crossed Tupac or some shit. And I was it was so funny because you could tell Jeff Keighley he really wanted to laugh because of how I guess ridiculous this seemed like. This was so this was beyond unexpected, and to an extent you could also argue. I don't know. I know that Snoop Dogg was he did mention he was like in connection with in contact with the Tupac Foundation, and assuming it's called that, and that there's also the Basquiat Foundation, whatever. It's like, I guess, the people who inherited everything that he had done in his life and the legacy that he left behind, blah blah. So they can just kind of, they have like a word on what can be done and what cannot be done with this, with this likelihood, whatever. So it seems like he got the permission to do this. But at the same time, it kind of feels like, damn, this could be like a cash grab at the same time. Because what the hell, like Snoop, what the fuck are you doing? You know, and it's weird. It's a weird feeling, but I'm not too focused on that because just the initial reaction of seeing Tupac in the Yakuza game. That is set in like apparently it's like set in like the 40s, 50s, like rather the 50s or something like that. Like it looked kind of old. It wasn't very modern. I also don't have the history of Yakuza, so I'm not sure if what I'm saying was very accurate and if they actually existed in the 60s. Probably, but I'm not sure, so I might have to look that up. But what the fuck? So it makes it even weirder. Because I know that it was mentioned that it wasn't a modern game. Like, it wasn't a game set in a modern setup, in a modern setting. So not only seeing Snoop was crazy enough, just seeing his name, I genuinely thought he was just making a song for that game. Because you know how celebrities are. But what the fuck? And they actually called him Snoop Dogg. Like, I'm not sure if these were starring like if they were actually the names of the characters, or if it was just, oh yeah, they are starring in this game, as in like, okay, yeah, they have like a voice actor, but he's playing like a different character, like he's playing like a character, you know, or there's like there's a certain, I don't know, like an actor in the game, but it's as if you have the actor in the game who's not actually the actor itself, but he's like a character of this whole world of the universe of the game, you know. He just happens to look like Tom Holland, but yeah, wild. I was shocked, and afterwards, I couldn't really stray away from that. I couldn't believe what I saw. It felt genuinely ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. Just seeing Tupac, like, Yeah, but the announcements were crazy. Frankly, I don't remember all of them, but I saw some crazy shit. I couldn't believe it. There was an announcement where they said like, yeah, there are like they're like titans of action RPG whatever guy developers who are working on a specific game and shit. And I'm like, okay, this sounds kind of crazy. Like, okay, and then the shit rolls, and Max immediately clocked that it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I couldn't tell, like, because I'm not a TMNT kind of guy, if I'm being honest. Jesus Christ, yeah, right. I want to do the camera work. Yeah, A B on some shit. Linear. Yeah, I think that's good. What was I doing? While watching the trailer, he clocked that it was a TMNT game, and you know, at the beginning you have always like the credits of the people who actually work on the game, and it was written like from the creators of Nier Automata, Bayonetta, and like some Ninja Gaiden game, I think. And then it says Platinum Games. I'm like, what in God's name are you guys showing right now? What the fuck? TMNT? I'm like, okay. I mean, cool, I guess. It could be a cool looking game and stuff. But it was even crazy. I'm looking at this. I don't know what's going on. And I see like they're saying some shit like, no, revenge or something. I'm like, I understood. Because I just immediately understood what it was. It was like, no fucking way. And then they show Michelangelo all alone with like mad weapons on him. And they say, and then you have the title, The Last Ronin, TMNT. Holy crap. Like, what the fuck? Like, dead ass? Like, really? It was genuinely wild. And it's like a alternate universe thing in TMNT that my brother actually mentioned that he told us about, and essentially, yeah, he really just told us the premise of that story, which is that all the brothers except Michelangelo got killed, and Michelangelo, who's like supposed to be this really kind, like the youngest one. They all have the same, like they're like quadruplets. They all have the same age, but you know, he appears to be like the innocent type of guy and stuff. And having his brothers killed, he just has to like naturally mature, but with this lingering sense of like this lingering trauma and the resilience that he has to push through and all that stuff. So it was kind of wild. Like so he talked about this, and as a premise itself, especially considering the fact he has to take on revenge for his brothers, and he's using his brothers' weapons to fight. I thought, this sounds fucking crazy. Like, well, what is going on in TMNT? I wasn't tapped in like this. And seeing this as an announcement, as a game, I thought, this is gonna be fucking wild. This was a crazy announcement. Oh, and well, unrelated to TMNT, they announced that they were going to make a new Cuphead game, I think. Like, they said it was in the works. They just said it. Like, the trailer was really cool too. It was like Muppets or something. Really cool. Like, wow. I was really surprised to hear that. However, the game is really coming. Like, that game is dropping in 2036. I this is just the life of a Cuphead fan. And I love Cuphead. It's been nearly 10 years since it dropped. It's gonna drop. It dropped in 2017. Wow. Because the thing is, I remember that year. Well, Sonic Mania also. Yo, yeah, whoa, I can. Shit, Sonic Mania is turning 10 next year. You know how crazy this was my game. I loved the fuck out of Sonic Mania. You do not know how many times I played. This was like genuinely one of the best games I've ever played. Genuinely, I can play this right now. I will not get bored. The whole playthrough. I love it so much. But yeah. Um yeah, there's a new Cuphead project in development. It appears, and then they said, yeah, well, we have this going on. We have like a whole different thing going on. I thought, oh, this is like the same. I mean, it's the same studio, but they're making like some other game, like not probably not the same IP, or they're like announcing like a new, yeah, they announced like a new IP and trying to switch things up and shit. And it's just fucking Cuphead NES edition on some Shovel Knight shit. Obviously not that Shovel Knight, but it's like 8-bit pixelated and shit, and you have like some bosses and all that stuff. And I was like, whoa, this actually even looks that looks genuinely fun. Probably one of the few games in that presentation that I would actually play. And I was just looking at it, and it was genuinely crazy what I was witnessing throughout that whole presentation. I don't think there's gonna be anything that's gonna top this in a good while. Even the state of play, I don't remember much. And I watched that too the other day. There wasn't really there wasn't even a big gap between the two shows. And the state of play, the only thing I remember really was the God of War game with what is it, Leve? I don't know, but Kratos' dead wife, basically. Which obviously stirred some unnecessary and annoying controversies from old white people who can't fathom the fact that women can also fight. Trying to fix something, my fault. It's okay. But yeah, I can't remember anything of that. The Summer Game Fest neither, but I came out of it with more satisfaction and shock and anything. Like, even the smaller things, the things that I don't really care about, like Sonic Crossroads, that everyone on Twitter glazes for some reason, and they always have to compare to Mario Kart because of how menaced they feel that they have competition for once, like actual worthy competition. So I always have to defend it and tell people how great this game is. Anyway, yeah, they announced that there was like, I don't know, like fucking, like they said that like there was Avatar in the game, like Aang and stuff. I was like, what? That was like, I didn't know that. I didn't even know that. So we're chilling and shit, and well, like I'm watching the trailer. I'm not thinking much. I'm wondering who's coming, and then I'm seeing, okay, Godzilla. I'm like, oh, cool, okay, swag. And there was another character, I think. I'm not sure anymore. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm seeing fucking Evangelion characters. I'm seeing the nerve thing just rising out of the ground, like in the anime. And I'm seeing Rei in a car, and in her uniform and everything. I'm like, yo, what is this? First of all, what are these collaborations, and what is this game? What is this game, and what is this presentation where I'm just being fucking jump scared by the most ludicrous shit every 5 seconds? Like, this is the greatest thing ever, like genuinely. And what can I say? Yeah, no, it was incredible. Also, I'm barely focused. I feel like just streaming and doing this is probably the worst idea ever because I will never be focused. Actually, when I was working off stream, I was actually low key more productive, I will say. Even though I didn't make that many, um, I didn't make that many sketches, plan, blank. I can't talk, but that many panels basically. I didn't work on many panels, but yeah. I doubt that I'm actually gonna show off the whole process of this animation. Maybe I just do a lot of off screen stuff, and I'll get back and say, hey, look how much I have fans. I'm like at this point now, and I can show like the whole sequence at the beginning and blah blah blah, in case you want to catch up type shit, and then yeah, maybe like bits and pieces. You know, you need to see everything. Reminds me of something that I wrote this morning, but I digress. Yeah, I'm not focused at all. Fuck this animation. Okay. Oh, how did it look? But yeah, this presentation, incredible. And two things. How have I not even mentioned them yet? Yo, Street Fighter. I saw the Street Fighter 6 trailer. I don't know. I thought, yeah, maybe they're gonna show it or maybe not. I'm not too into Street Fighter 6, of course. I've never played the game. So I'm watching it. I'm watching the thing. I'm always excited about guest characters or DLCs that could appear in the game. So I'm watching the trailer, and I'm seeing characters. I'm like, who the fuck are any of these people? Not trying to hate either, since I'm not playing the game, of course. But I'm thinking, yeah, like I thought, oh, cool. You know, this could be cool. Let's say. But I'm not compelled to an extent. But they could actually be very enjoyable to play, or they might be very cool and stuff. It wasn't like Terry and my levels of holy shit, what a reveal, because since these were like guest characters. Uh, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I mean, whatever, you know. And the trailer ends. I'm thinking, wow, oh, okay, that was really it. Like three characters that I don't really care about. Oh shit, well, I guess the Street Fighter community is kind of upset. About, boom! There's somebody giving like a fucking shoryuken to the Street Fighter 6 logo. I'm looking. The thing is, again, I was looking somewhere else, and as the screen changes, I'm seeing that the screen changes from my peripheral view. Uh, uh, oh, my favorite theme. But yeah, from my peripheral view, I'm seeing that the screen like drastically, like very radically changes. Like there's a really like I was seeing a contrast in colors. Everything is brighter, and I'm lifting my head, and who do I see? Fucking Tifa Lockhart. I'm like, what in the fuck? What is this? This is fucking crazy. No. This is like I was like, whoa again. Like what the hell? And obviously Max goes crazy, this and that, Final Fantasy fan shit, and then they get onto the stage. They then they what do you say? How do you say it again? Like they change they change the thing production. You know I can't speak. They switch back to the stage. You have Jeff Keighley going, yeah, yes, please have a I welcome these guys and shit. Like, and it's like the Capcom director, the Street Fighter 6 guy director, and the Final Fantasy 7 remake director. And they pull up, I'm like, yo, this shit is actually real, holy shit. And then they go, then they talk, they're like, yeah, I'm pleased, blah blah, and then they also explain that Tifa's gonna have a fighting style specific to her that is in relation to the materia system Final Fantasy VII. I'm like, this is so dope. This is genuinely fire. And then they go, yeah, nah, actually we're not done yet. Like, we're not done yet, because this is like the last presentation, and like, shit. I mean, you're gonna see what's coming next. And then you're having Jeff, who's being like, yeah, this is the last presentation. You guess what it is? No. Then he goes like, get ready for the last battle or some shit like that. And I'm like, this technical sentence. And change the screen. I couldn't clock what it was, because at the beginning they showed like some universe-ish kind of thing, but it was actually in reference to the last fight of Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII Remake. And then they show a screen where they're like people like worshipping this guy in the sky. I'm like, but the thing with the narrator was very like cheesy in a way. And I'm still looking, and then you see like the guy in the sky, his wings are like, no, his wing is opening and like fluorescing or whatever you call that. And I'm like, oh my god, we're in that like we in this bitch. This is the end. Like, this is the third part. And the trailer goes crazy. Yo, the weapons, because I've only played the original, so I have a reference on all these things. The weapons, it's like Max said, yo, this is Monster Hunter. They even showed like a Monster Hunter expansion pack. They showed a lot of really good stuff, honestly. Honestly, I'm not even drawing anymore. Fuck that shit. I'm. What time even is it? Oh god. Okay. I'm looking close to playing Yumeniki, but it's not the time anymore. But yeah, actually, okay. Let me end this here. Let me just do the wild talk about some bullshit. Okay. So yeah, they showed off so much good shit. I was genuinely baffled, appalled. Yeah. No. It was different, genuinely different. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I've never even played the game. Like, no, damn it, I lost the game. Perfect. Fucking hell. I actually lost the game one time because of a classmate. And I love her genuinely, but what the fuck, bro. But yeah, the presentation was just wild, and just the closure to Final Fantasy. Yo, they showed one trailer, and there was like, nah, there's more, and they showed more. I'm like, you, what the fuck? Can they even do? Are they allowed to do that? And they showed mad shit like lore stuff or whatever. I'm not even sure what they showed anymore. But it was really just an extended, it was like an extended look to the game. I was like, what is happening? Since when can you do that? And then they show like, I don't know what the fuck they're showing. I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck? This is crazy. And then we switch back to the yeah, we switch back to, what do you call it? We switch back to the stage, and they keep on yapping and shit. I'm like, okay, yeah, I mean, I guess this is like, obviously this is the crazy shit ever, and probably I don't know, they're probably gonna go like, yeah, for more information, please stay tuned on some shit. Nah, they just say, nah, that we have more to show, and they show more. And they also had the voice actor for Vincent Valentine. Because for some reason he played like a really big role in this presentation. For some reason, I don't fucking know. It seems like it wasn't playable in Rebirth, the second part. So probably they tried to put a lot of emphasis in him. Also, I saw his playing style, fucking fire. Also, one thing I found interesting about the trailer is that they omitted a lot of information, like the whole, like they went very far ahead into the game apparently. I'm not sure where the game stops, where Rebirth stops, if it's like when one party member goes away. Not trying to spoil, even though this is a nearly 30-year-old game. But I don't know. Try to just trying some bullshit. So they got Command Z is probably the worst thing that could have happened to an artist. You tell an artist, yeah, you can fix your mistakes. You can go backwards on your mistakes. And people just went ham with it. Sketching digitally, I'm realizing, is very bizarre, if I'm being honest. Nah, generally I just need to draw some bullshit, bro. Like, I don't want to talk about it again. I kind of sidetracked. I was kind of distracted by me drawing or something. But yeah. I mean, it was just the wildest presentation ever. I mean, what can I say? Like, for all the shit they showed, fucking Tupac. They revealed. This is loud. This is really loud. Sorry. There was also a project from the Shadow of the Colossus developers that was called something zombie. They also revealed a Stellar Blade sequel, this weird Guna game. I was looking at it and I felt like, I was just thinking like, is this game AI generated or some shit? Why do the characters look like that? Because I hate these, this might sound weird, but these foreign beauty standards where everything needs to look almost plasticky and flawless. It's so weird. They're really projecting that onto women too in real life, which is why people like, for example, Korean girls hate their men so much. But regardless, they still showed off a game like this, and it's like, wow, what? We had all this. We really had all of this, except Kingdom Hearts. I feel like this game is never happening. What can I say? Like, Nomura probably really needs to let it go. This whole Final Fantasy 13 shit. This whole changing time, not timelines, but dimension shit. Like, goodness, he really didn't need to do all that. What else can I say? But no Kingdom Hearts. What can I say? Also, Nintendo. I was on Twitter today, real quick. I was really just scrolling like for a little bit. And there was somebody saying like, Nintendo was just throwing their pocket change or something, and that shit was funny. I'm not gonna lie. They were really just there. They made two. They just made like two advertisements basically. for like two, like it was like two batches of games that they were gonna release on the Switch 2, and it was like, why? What was the point of what I just saw? This felt genuinely useless. Why I keep hitting my mic? I'm so sorry. I hate the sound of it. Um, it was so dumb, genuinely. It was dumb, but it was really funny at the same time. I was like, okay, why did you just show me that? So yeah, so Nintendo didn't really have much of a presence. I didn't even think about. I actually did think about Nintendo at some point. I was like, are they gonna do this? Nintendo Switch has games thing that was a meme like a while back. It was like in 2020, I think they did that. No, 2021, I think. Yeah, it's so crazy how little relevance Nintendo has in these presentations because they're actually doing it to themselves. The last time they are the first and only time they gave themselves some sort of relevance in this in these presentations that are not directly owned to them is when they announced Joker for as a DLC. No, actually no, that was Sephiroth. Wow. Yo, I need to watch the trailer again. I watched it so many times in my life. As if it had as if that didn't happen in 2020. But the Joker thing was in 2019 when the game. This was like a day before the game dropped. This was such a bold. This was so bold. Nah, seriously, this was one of the best like presentations ever. Wow, this is incredible. How everybody thought it was like a new Persona 5, like I don't know, like those spin-off like Persona 4 Arena, on that kind of level. But bro, when Morgana goes, no, in fact we've been invited and stuff, and you're like, okay, and you still have no clue what they're trying to get at, and you see this, just see Joker like skimming through like, going through all these, I don't know, you're doing just parkouring like the Persona shit as usual, and you have Morgana saying you've been invited. You have these far-fetched dudes who are going like, oh my god, Smash, oh my god, Smash, and obviously you're like, yeah, no, this is some bullshit. Like, of course, like, fucking mean Smash. The fuck is Joker gonna do in the Smash? And then he's holding just this white thing paused in his hand. This white rectangle. And then he flips it and you see the Smash logo and it's like, what in the fuck? This nah. I have to actually, yeah. Before I end the stream, let me watch that shit again. Before I hop off, because this is masterful. This is a masterful reveal. I think I should dedicate the stream one time where I'm just looking at shit, like videos and stuff. For example, I'm thinking, like, right now I'm thinking about what was it? It was the E3 Melee reveal when the world saw Super Smash Bros. Melee for the first time. And seriously, this is genuinely one of probably top 5 of my favorite, of the best reveals I've ever seen in my life. When I watch it, it gives me genuine goosebumps. And the way how masterfully it was just crafted, because essentially it's really just the Melee trailer with some changes before it dropped officially. So by itself, like, really, it's actually not that crazy of a reveal. It's just the context and the way it was revealed in front of what audience in the time that they were living in the age, and they were in 2001 too, mind you. They were in 2001, and they came out of the N64 ready to head to the new generation of gaming. And this is the kind of shit that they see from Nintendo that had an N64. They had, mind you, they had an audience of people who were still seeing Smash uh, from the N64 days. Like mad polygons and shit. Like you have the system of everything, but you can tell like some stuff is just kind of underdeveloped. Like it's a playable game, but you know it can be better. And 2 years later, after the drop of this game, of Smash 64, you just have Melee, and it goes that crazy. Like, how do you even react to it? Yo, like, genuinely, the people in the audience went nuts, bro. They went crazy. And one thing that I love in this trailer too is when there's like what was it again? You have you have the ice climbers. You have these two guys who are like, oh, ice climbers, and the other guy goes like, yeah, and it's genuinely it makes me so happy. And then at the end of the trailer, like the intro sequence, the opening sequence, I think, or was it the what it was again? But it was the like there's a part where they show off all the characters and how different they look, like the characters that they wanted to reveal and stuff, and again at the end, these same dudes, they go like, yo, they're wild, like ice climbers, they're wild for this one. And for context, ice climbers, I think, I'm not sure the exact year ice climbers release, might have been like 1986 or something. So already there's like a at least 15-year age gap between that game and the release of Smash Bros, which means that there's already like a, I can't really perceive it in this generation, since like it must have been really different to jump 15 years later in the future, I guess. Because nowadays it's like, I can see things have changed, of course, between 2010 and 2026, of course, for example. But culturally speaking, I feel like not that much has actually changed. You know. But even like video game wise, obviously things have changed, but not as exponential as fucking Mario Bros. When you have Super Mario Bros. On your left, and then you have I don't know, like Mario Sunshine next to it. You know how crazy that is? Imagine you're like an 85. You're like 10 years old. You're trying Mario, and some guy from the future, pulls off with his GameCube. He's gonna say, "Yeah, this is what Mario's gonna look like in 15 years." By the way, like what the fuck? But yeah. I don't know what I was getting at, but yeah. Oh yeah, it was just the whole context of what position, like where they were, what context they were, what point I guess everybody was when this trailer dropped. It was This is that we're gonna watch it later. We're gonna watch it after this. I'm just doodling for shits and giggles, I guess. By the way, I kind of like this doodle, more or less. But yeah, what else can I talk about? No, it was just that reveal. It's so special to me, genuinely. There's decisions in this trailer where I'm like, this is fucking genius, Sakurai. And I'm saying Sakurai not to glaze him, because people always say that, like, oh, one thing has been done in this game. Oh my god, Sakurai, thank you. Obviously, he's like a director, and he is very like he's like, Sakurai is a control freak from what we've learned in what's it called again, his YouTube channel that he made. And yeah, fair enough. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say for real, I'm gonna lie. But yeah, essentially, he like, people glaze him for everything, for every decision he makes, or for everything that they see. Immediately they go, oh my god, thank you, Sakurai. Even though it could have been like a completely different person. But in this case, he actually storyboarded. He revealed in his channel that he storyboarded the whole. I mean, not the whole, but it seems like, from what I've understood, he storyboarded like the whole intro, and which is a crazy feat, mind you. It was not like my storyboard, which is like you haven't seen, of course, but um, my storyboard is like really really messy in comparison. So he really spent a lot of time doing this, and then he also had to program the game and all that shit in 2 years, mind you. This game dropped 2 years after N64. No, this is very, no, Smash, like Smash Bros. Melee. This is genuinely a generational game. Now it's only known for its competitive side, but brother, if only people knew what kind of a wild game that actually is. Actually, they knew, but I don't know what is there to say. Yeah, Sakura's the goat. Shit, what a workaholic. But yeah, oh yeah. There's one thing I wanted to mention too in the trailer, which is that, like, at the beginning, you have the beginning where you have this hand tossing Mario's trophy up in the sky, then he drops, and then he gets I guess resuscitated, and then he gets ready to fight, and and the thing is, okay, you gotta see it that way. You have Miyamoto and like some American translator guy, whatever, on stage, being like, yeah, we're gonna show you this game type beat with your favorite characters or whatever the fuck, and they just say, take a look. Nope, there was such a little. There was so much. There was such a lack of context given to what the fuck they were gonna give. They were gonna show. And then you have the Nintendo logo and the HAL Laboratory logo, and then you see Mario being tossed, okay, and he's like a trophy. The trophies weren't a thing before, because before they were like toys or something. So you have Mario as a trophy. You're like, what is this? Like, you have no clue what's going on. Like, what is this? And then you have like Nintendo All Stars Present. Already there, you probably could have understood what was going on, but at the same time, the text was in Japanese, so you couldn't tell. And you have this, oh, and while he gets resuscitated, like scanned or whatever the fuck, and then he gets ready to fight. He gets in this fighting position, but it goes decently. The pacing is good, but it's not good enough to immediately understand what's going on. Like, it's not in slow motion where you're like, oh wait, he's getting ready to fight? Wait, what's going on and stuff? Oh, is this Smash? It's not like that. It's really paced quick enough. It's paced to I guess, to a satiable, I don't know, to a digestible level, but not too much to be able to make immediate an immediate analysis from the get-go. So you're watching this, not thinking much, and you have Mario getting ready to, like, readying himself, like doing a fighting pose, and immediately on the forefront you have a sword showing, and immediately you see what the sword is. It's the Master Sword. and the perspective changes. You get like a frontal view, uh, like yeah, like a close yeah, you get like a close up of Link. Looks pretty updated, like in the graphics you've never seen before. And and you know what? No, let me fuck this shit. Let me save it somewhere. Did I dox myself? Seems like I did not, and I will keep it that way. Let's just watch this stupid trailer, okay? Hold on. Let me go back to OBS real quick. Cause genuinely I can't just keep talking about it without having like a visual example. Yeah, okay, let's turn off the music. It's BM E3 trailer. I'm gonna go over this like bit by bit. Like I don't care. Hope this is the right video. Hold on. Is it that? I feel like it was a different video, was it? Or am I tripping? No, it was the right video. Okay, yeah, it's the right one. Man, hey, genuinely though, this is genuinely one of my absolute favorite videos ever. It gives me so many goosebumps. I feel like at some point it really left me like teary eyed. Incredible. This is like genuine craftsmanship. I'm glazing the fuck out of this, but you gotta understand this is my childhood game, so yeah. Can you hear what he's saying? Okay, he said something. Oh wait. Okay, let me go back. What did he say? Like, what kind of popular characters should be ready to appear in games? This is a solid sentence, actually, in the sense where he's essentially like pointing out the fact that he's mentioning a plethora of characters, like all the IPs that they own, and essentially suggesting that they are probably going to show off the new installment of their already existing characters. And at the same time, considering the fact that we're going to react to Melee, something that they won't know, Smash Bros, which is the crossover game, and people have no clue that it could have been that. It's like you could have he's like doing this kind of double entendre in a way, and I love that. It's really cool. It's also an interesting way to say like, oh my god, I can't wait to find out what new game of this of a certain franchise we're gonna get. And all we know is that we're gonna get a sequel of a crossover game, which means that he essentially meant that we're gonna group all these characters I was just talking about into one thing, and it's incredible. I don't know. Now look at this. First of all, this is fucking wild. This is 2001. You know how raw shit was? E3 existing in 2001 is kind of surreal to me because it's like production value, like the production quality. It was the 90s. I mean, it was the 90s, early 2000s. It wasn't like it wasn't primitive, you know? But at the same time, nowadays, I just watched the Summer Game Fest yesterday, okay? Production was incredible, except for the live streams. Every time it kind of bugged for some reason. Like, Maximilian dude had to switch streams like 6, 7, fucking 5 or 6 times. And when you're looking at this, it's like this is a guy from the audience who was recording this with his, I don't know, his camcorder or something, with his fucking 240p whatever the fuck, which was probably expensive as shit back in the day. Because there was never something like, there was never really people reporting this, because this was when video games really were a niche. And I think that's wild. And so you see like the point of view of some guy recording this and being like, wow, like he really caught it the right moment. This was probably like one of the only few parts that you recorded of the E3 of 2001. Maybe I should do more research on E3 and how it was um, publicized, how it was um, shown off in back in the day. Like if there were actual if there was actual official, genuine official footage, not on some, oh, I'm in the crowd and and I'm taking a video. I'm talking like official, like I don't know, fucking, like when you're like the videos, like I was watching the Rolling Loud set, and obviously it's way more professional because you have like multiple point of views of the production, taking footage of the whole set, you know. And then I watched like other sets because I was watching the set of like I was watching Slayer's set, which is incredible, and then I watched like a show that he did in LA, I think, and there wasn't really a production that recorded the whole thing. It was rather just some guy in the audience who recorded the whole thing, which was great too. But oh, I need to do more research. I'm just wondering if there was in the like back then they were able to have this kind of if it was not even like if it was even a thing to record these kind of things. Really goes to show how much value they put like to in person things. Anyway, I feel like Dante, bro. Just pausing. I'm 12 seconds into the video, and yeah, I get Dante now. But look at this, bro. How laboratory. Look at this. They have no clue what's going on. In terms of All Stars Presents. Okay, no, actually, sorry. Let me just play that shit, okay? This is exactly, sorry. This is exactly what I'm. What the fuck is that? No. Like, okay. This, I swear to God, this part, this beginning section always gives me goosebumps. Actually, let me. I'm trying to compare this to my animation. I feel like my intro sequence is too long. It takes up a whole page. Because what I try to represent is the sense of there's a certain danger, you have incomprehension, but you sense that there's a certain danger until the end of the intro where it is revealed what the danger is, you know? I feel like I dread too long until the fact that there's danger. Maybe there's something that I might have to scrap. We'll see. But and the thing is, look how crazy they're going. I don't know what's going on, but look how crazy they're going. It wasn't a flash. There was no animation. It was enough time to be able to read out if you really paid attention to what was going on. You didn't look to the side or something to tell what they are reacting to. And you read the word Smash Bros, Super Smash Bros, and you see the logo and everything. And the thing is, you see Link pulling up, and you're like, what the fuck? Yo, with this Link, he looks crazy. You have melee. You have the screen melee. They just flash that shit, and then you have all the characters pulling up. You're like, you're processing what's going on. Actually, you're like, what in God's name? Holy shit! This is Smash. This is how Smash can look like. This is how I'm imagining this. Like, bro, I wish I could have experienced this in 2001. Like, this is monumental. This is this is just as much as there will probably be people who are watching the Smash Ultimate E3 reaction nowadays and saying, man, I wish I wasn't 5 years old when I watched it. There are people like me who would have loved watching the 2001 presentation. Who would have loved watching the 2001 presentation, but I wasn't even born yet, you know? So, yeah. I wasn't aware of that stuff, and I wasn't in America, so I wouldn't have been in America anyway. So, yeah. But, bro... how crazy they're going. And the fan favorites, even though Red isn't in the game. Look how crazy they're going. All the shit they're showing. This is insane. I also need to play Ocarina of Time again. Look at the ice climbers. I love this. Look! The best part of the intro. This is beautiful. This is genuinely beautiful. Like, they couldn't believe their eyes watching this. Get ready. The reveal of the logo again. But let me just go back again. I just love the intro where just the flash. It's so simple. I swear, it's so simple. It's so effortless. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's like not even a second. It's like, okay, maybe from I'm seeing this from an animations perspective. It's like probably like from 24 frames per second. It's probably like 13 frames. I promise you, it's not even a second. It's maybe like 13 to 15 frames. That's nothing. That's a whole movement or something. I don't know how to quantify this, but it's just, especially when it comes to reading text, usually you should leave like a second long. Like when you put a text up to a screen, usually you have to leave like a second longer, a second or two longer than what you're capable of reading. When you're reading it, like if you're reading it out loud, you should leave a second longer than, in order for the audience to be able to read it. In this case, they did not do that shit at all. It's as if they knew. I mean, they knew already that this was Melee, and they put the screen on, and they read that, like, as usual, without even putting into consideration that the audience was gonna read it. But you understood enough in this split of a second what it was. You just saw Smash Bros. And in big letters, you just saw Super Smash Bros. And that's it. That's it. So, I need to study more. Fuck, bro. Wow. Like, just to me, this is so crazy. I don't know, like this. I sound schizophrenic, right? I sound like probably like an idiot, but you don't know how beautiful it is to make something this impacting in such a simple way. This is master. This is like, who had this idea? No way Sakura had thought about that. Like, there had to be like some saucy ass guy in the studio being like, yo, for the intro we gotta do this. Like, I know you had the idea for the trophy and shit, but to reveal what the game actually is, like we could have probably like you probably had the idea to add Link to the scene with the Master Sword, and then afterwards you had like Kirby and Pikachu jumping into the screen. But you know what we should do? We should just put this flash, not even the flash, but this instant of this cut of just the logo showing up on the screen. And that's it. And that's it. And he probably said, bet he did that shit. And now here we are. Now I'm geeking out about this shit. Nerding out like crazy. Wow. Yeah, I might have to change up some things for my storyboard. I think what I'm gonna do is, first and foremost, I will copy all the material that I have in my storyboard. Then I'm gonna change it up a little. I think, yeah, I should do that. I should probably like make like a version 2 of the whole storyboard or whatever, and yeah, pick what I'm gonna change, what I'm gonna do, blah blah blah. But yeah, I just wanna watch it again. Just wow to me, bro. Like, they have no idea what was going up to that point. You know how silent they were? They're probably like whispering some shit to them. And then you have the one guy going, holy shit, and then everybody goes crazy. Nah, bro. Nah, what the fuck? But yeah, let me just... We've seen all this, but... Fucking hell, bro. I love the reactions of the audience too. There was one guy going, oh my god, I just heard. Cause look, even though, I love this game generally. Even I feel like back then, for the standards that we have now, I feel like this game looks incredible. Like it aged really well. Obviously some models look kind of weird and stuff, but for a game that came in 2001, for the things that we have nowadays, it's actually really good looking. Mind you, I think this presentation was from August. The game dropped in November. 2 years of was it 19 months of development? Something like that? 13 months? I don't remember, but it was a really short development cycle, which is just insane to me. Also, so I didn't know that people were this... They were... Bro, I love how excited they are. People were such fans of Metroid back in the day, I didn't know. I need to play Ocarina of Time. I'm just surprised how much more excited they were of Metroid than Ocarina of Time. They're really dope for that one. Like, this is beautiful, bro. This dry ass trailer too.
15 years later, I smell this bag.
15 years later.
You've seen Super Smash Brothers here. Tomorrow you can actually play it on the show floor.
And they tell you that you can play it. Fuck, bro. They did the same for Ultimate, but
We're gonna continue to make games like this for Nintendo GameCube, the kind that you can play with your friends and your family.
I mean, what is that to say? I can genuinely analyze the whole trailer, just the intro alone. Okay. When I played this game when I was little, I watched the intro a million times, okay? And I've never had this context up until recently, like a couple years ago. So when I was playing it when I was little, I always thought it was kind of, I didn't think much of it, but I thought it was somewhat peculiar that the logo of the game was like flashed like this, because it was like, I mean, yeah, what else am I playing? Obviously I'm playing Smash Bros with Melee, so obviously they don't have to put this much emphasis on the logo at the beginning, you know. They're just showing it because I guess to aura farm or some shit, I don't know, but they're showing it regardless in a peculiar way, which was fairly unusual even for a game from that time, okay? That was when I was like a child. So obviously I didn't think much of it. Without that context, for a game that I played hundreds of hours of, okay? And now when you're watching this video, with the first time the game was ever revealed publicly to the world, you're understanding why they showed it that way, and it all makes sense, which makes it even wilder and bolder and insaner that they even did it like this. I'm like, yo, I mean, the whole intro sequence is still really pretty and stuff, obviously, and the characters they show, and obviously I still don't have the context, obviously, but the particular characters that the audience is excited about, like when they see Ridley and stuff, or Link, the guys who acknowledge the ice climbers, all of this is like just amazing, genuinely amazing. Like, this is like when Samus appeared, I love this. I swear to God, this is the nerdiest shit ever, but this genuinely makes me so happy. This genuinely makes me, oh wow, damn, this, I hate AI. This has to be AI. But this is a video. This is probably one of my favorite videos of all time. The guy going back, like, oh my god, I love this. Like, look, like, just, oh, bro, so many factors. I tried watching the E3. I tried watching the E3 trailer of Brawl 2, but it's not as impactful. I'm sorry. I don't even remember it, I think. Just this video is like wild. I wish I could hear more from the audience, because obviously the screen is very loud and stuff, but I know they're going crazy. at all the characters they're getting too. They went from like 8 characters, like 12 or something, to like all these characters. They're like old and new, updated somewhat, and new characters. Visually and from the gameplay and stuff. Everything is different. Everything is different. The stages? I want to play a Metroid game again. Turn off timing. It's like he's in HD, bro. Shake. The music, like fucking Ice Climbers.
They really dope for that one.
My god. Can't watch this for ages, bro. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, are you looking at this? Probably getting, I just realized, I'm probably getting copyright strike to death. Like those warnings I keep getting. I'm not sure what they are, but man, fuck that shit. Oh, sorry. Oops. You know what it is? I need to make my animation more fast-paced. Even the beginning. I actually want nothing to be comprehensible. Obviously, I want people to understand that, oh, okay, there's a guy sliding off a building. Like, no, he's falling off a building. He's waking up. He's latching onto the building to slow himself down, but he gets chased after, like, a weird silhouette. And as he's trying to fight it back, he still gets choked and loses control, falls onto the ground, and wakes up, still being choked, by the way. And then you get this reveal of the guy, and then shit goes crazy. Now I explained this in a couple sentences, but I feel like in the storyboard, even looking at the time code, it's too long. Cause I could calculate every. Cause okay, okay. Intro. Cause okay, let's watch the intro from the top. How long is the point, like from the logo to the part where, yeah, from the Nintendo logo up to the Melee logo, how long does it take? Because not much is actually happening, you know? Just like in my animation. Not much is actually happening. Just falling down, latching onto the building, chased down, losing control due to being choked, falling into the ground, still being choked, and revelation of the person who choked him, you know? So let's watch this. I'm keeping the cursor because I want to see how long it's actually like. This is a minute 32 as well. Okay. 15 seconds. I have 19, roughly speaking. I just counted every second without the frames. I have roughly 19 seconds of the intro. This is too much. I have to make it. I have to make it shorter. I could probably like cut a part of the storyboard of some boards. I can also do the same for the other parts of the animation, but yeah, yeah. What time is it? Oh shit. Okay. Uh, it's crazy how much thought I put into something that I don't fully care about. Thing is, for a project like this, as ambitious, if you don't really put your full care to it, it's gonna take months to actually finish it. Because I don't even for the keyframes that I made, I made, I feel like, 2 total drawings. Yeah, I made like 2 drawings in total. I did nothing. I didn't even do the close up, so I'm not done with the sketch. Yeah, with the what's it called? Um, the storyboard. But yeah. So yeah. I guess there's a lot to work on, and it's frustrating too, because again, I don't want to work on that. I would have hired people, really. I should have just gone immediately with an animatic. I don't fucking know, well, but I also like storyboarding on paper, whatever. But things at the same time, it's also a fighting animation, so it would have made more sense to make it on paper, on immediately on my laptop as an animatic. But yeah, whatever. Things have been done. I'll learn next time if there's ever gonna be a next time. Also, this is also something that I like a lot. So yeah, you have the link going ready and shit. I love looking at this frame by frame now that I think about it. Ooh, this is interesting. The sword being struck, the ground, him getting ready and shit. The thing is, there's what's interesting there's near like a plain American shot right here. Then you have the logo for a couple of frames. I'm not sure how many frames it is, since it's like what 60 FPS this video. I can't really tell how many frames it is while I'm skimming through them frame by frame. I digress. This is now if we're actually getting closer than before, and he's still in motion too. He's like so beautifully ugly. I don't know how to say this, but sorry. Then you get this, the rules of thirds. Then they jump in. I love this to death. The camera like tilting. Nice. Directing goes a long way, huh? But yeah, I guess I'll finish this here. Oh, maybe I should have added some music. Yeah, I'm ending this here. How much time did I even spend on this? Oh yeah, I have to watch this. I'm not clicking on this. Oh yeah, there's a guy. It's like some French guy. Seems like he's been animating like for years and years now, and he's genuinely cracked. I've seen his stuff, like his like one stream where I just randomly found him, and he was he was making like a Utah versus Ryu animation. Shit was wild from what I've seen. Very smooth. And then I saw, and I thought, yeah, this is like my niche animator that I can watch from time to time. And then I went to the stream today real quick. Like I think it's the same stream too. And I look, and I see I see one of my mutuals mentioning that he also mentioned like a Discord of a different animator that I'm somewhat mutuals with. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. This is not my niche animator guy. This goes to show how small the animation community is. But yeah, whatever. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm in English here. Okay. Streamed enough. Gucci now. Alright. Peace.